Well, North Carolina's largest wine festival takes over Tanglewood this Memorial Day weekend. Vendors are setting up for the thousands they're expecting to pour into that park. But first at 6, meteorologist Bob Child is here with the first check of your weather on the One's forecast. Bob, it felt so nice and so cool today. Sheriff's officials are now calling this a criminal investigation. Ryan, there's a little golf tournament taking place in Charlotte this week.
That's this week?
It is.
Oh, this is going to be
Something
an
to
interesting
note.
sportscast. All right, folks.
And welcome back. Thank you for staying with us as we look back at Maya Angelou's life. Earlier, we talked about her inauguration speech for President Clinton. We will. Thank you, Monty. Canadian sportswear company Gildan is building an even larger facility in Mocksville than first reported. Last year, company executives announced a $112 million deal. That project has now grown by $30 million. Chad Mira talked with local leaders who say they're building some economic momentum. And thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sharon Stone. Details on those stories coming right up. But first, meteorologist Doug Lindsay is here. The first check of that weather on the One's forecast. And Doug, I thought we had some pretty warm weather this week, so it's feeling nice and mild out there tonight. And thousands of drivers across North Carolina will be on the road this holiday weekend. AAA expects 1 million North Carolina drivers and 36 million across the country to hit the road, even though gas prices are up 20 cents compared to Memorial Day weekend last year. Law enforcement across the state will be cracking down. Last Memorial Day, more than a dozen people died on North Carolina roads. Well, North Carolina's largest wine festival takes over Tanglewood this Memorial Day weekend. Vendors are setting up for the thousands they're expecting to pour into that park. Caitlin Lockerbie caught up with organizers getting ready to pop the cork on this year's party. And I do want to mention that tonight was Caitlin's last night with us. She's moving on to an exciting new opportunity. So Caitlin, good luck to you. We're going to miss you here. And the festival Caitlin was telling us about, it starts at noon tomorrow, runs through 6:30. Tickets can be purchased online or out there at the gates. A 300-year-old American industry once considered destined for extinction could be making a 21st century comeback. Today, Reynolds American CEO and President Susan Cameron announced the company will invest money and create new jobs to manufacture its Vuse e-cigarette. After a limited release in Colorado and Utah, Cameron says this product is ready to go national. While Moral Monday activists continue to protest the decisions by the Republican-led legislature, a group of students and graduates is asking lawmakers to better fund the UNC system. They held their first protest in what they're calling the Fight Back Friday movement. Diana Bosch tells us how they're hoping this will help students graduate debt-free. Hey, thank you, Doug. Your sports is coming up next tonight. The ACC baseball tournament is in full swing in the Gate City, and Mike has highlights. You know, Mike, Doug was just saying it's going to be really nice this weekend, which is really important. We got a lot going on, a lot of racing, a lot of baseball. A Wake County jury spared the life of a convicted killer today. 32-year-old Armand DeVega will serve life in prison without parole instead of getting the death penalty. Wake County has not handed down a death sentence since 2007. Following the outcome, family members of the victim say they are relieved DeVega will be off the streets. Hundreds were in Uptown Charlotte tonight for the second night of Speed Street. This event centers around the Coca-Cola 600 race at Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. A Charlotte Knights baseball game at BB&T Ballpark brought even more people uptown. Emergency officials with the city and county are working together to make sure everyone stays safe during the events. Hail, described as the size of golf balls, hit Union County and several northern South Carolina counties this evening. Many reported seeing hail as large as 3 inches wide. No major damage has been reported so far, but it did catch many people by surprise. All of the North Carolina Zoo gorillas are moving to a new home. The Association of Zoos Gorilla Species Survival Plan recommended moving the animals. As Chad Mira tells us, it says the change will help the zoo's young gorillas develop into healthy adults. And thank you for joining us. Jimmy Kimmel Live is up next. Time Warner Cable News is available around the clock and on your schedule. Have a great night. You're looking at a complicated chain of events that's leading its creators to some simple lessons.
Basically, like it would, all of that would connect to here and start the trail. to make it go all the way down to the end.
Aaron Rothrock founded Crazy Brain to engage elementary and middle schoolers in hands-on science. This camp focuses on crazy contraptions.
This is fun. These kids see marble track, they see dominoes, and they want to put these things together. And when they see it work, it is inspiring only to build more.
Throughout the week, students design these complex devices to solve a simple task. They piece together a track full of levers, pulleys, twists, and turns to knock down the dominoes at the end. But it doesn't always work.
It didn't work.
And that's part of the lesson, learning those problem-solving skills.
Most things you do is like trial and error.
You shouldn't make your moves too fast.
Failing isn't the end of the world, but rather they get a chance to correct those mistakes, learn from them.
And the students must work together to find success and keep their machines from spiraling out of control.
To hear that they are learning patience, to hear that they're learning the kind of skills and communication skills that they need to really work together is the ultimate goal, and hopefully we can apply those things in the world of science as they get older, but hooking them on science at a very early age is one of the primary goals.
The students seem to be enjoying the path to the lessons here.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing this.
You got that right.
At the end of the camp, they'll have created a contraption that works, hopefully heading down a path that will keep them inspired to keep building on their success in science. For Connect a Million Minds, I'm Sharon Stone.
This is Vinny's very last school picture.
Things just aren't the same here at the DiGirolamo house in Kernersville.
It's just quieter now.
Sarah DiGirolamo and her husband push through the silence, focused on healing their family and helping others through the Kids of Childhood Cancer Foundation.
Our mission is pay it forward and to help as many families, children that are battling cancer, because we know what it's like.
Their son Vinny was 4 when diagnosed with cancer.
It is like the end of your world.
After years of fighting, Vinny was 9 when he died in February.
It's really, really hard to get through. I cry every night. I cry all the time, and I miss him. But we have a great support system.
Part of that system is the team involved with the foundation they created. They work with staff at Brenner Children's Hospital, providing toys for kids undergoing treatment or sending families coping with childhood cancer to a beach condo in Topsail. Anything they can do to ease the financial and emotional burden that can compile quickly.
We just provide services on an individual basis. One person might need their heat paid for the winter when another family needs clothes or toys or gas cards or everything is pretty much individual, and it's on our referral service through the oncology team.
It's a foundation Brendy Blewett appreciates. She was diagnosed with cancer at 13.
It's different when talking to like Sarah and when I talked to Vinny and stuff because they understood what I was going through.
At 16, the high school junior is in remission. Her last treatment is in January.
If you surround yourself with like people who understand what you're going through, I feel like that made it easier for me.
Making that fight easier. That's why the Kids of Childhood Cancer Foundation will keep holding fundraisers like this one. It's what keeps the work going back at the DiGirolamo house.
Having the foundation where we get to help others, it somehow helps us get through still.
You can see the Legos, love notes, and pictures, memories, and silence fill Vinny's room.
Just the sound of him playing Legos or scraping through his Lego box or interrupting me.
Even though it's much quieter now, there's still work to be done to help the other families like hers who are still fighting through their struggles. With this week's Giving Back, I'm Sharon Stone.
So you want to wrap it a little bit tighter.
Plastic bottles, cereal boxes, and packing tape.
Awesome. Teamwork.
May not be high tech, but add a little water and some air pressure, and you have the Proud Science Geek Festival. And as you can tell by their excited cheers, the bottle rocket launch is a success.
I was really amazed how high it went.
Can you bring those to the table?
But the students here had to put the work in to reach those heights.
Boom. Good job. All right.
They're learning how to build and create their rockets at this Lessons in Flight workshop at Harris Lake County Park.
It's pretty fun. I like the hands-on science. That's really fun. 3, 2.
But the bottle rockets, kites, and other experiments in flight weren't always ready for takeoff today.
When I flew it for twice, it didn't work out well, but when I modified it, it worked perfectly.
We talked about the idea of tinkering and experimentation and not always getting it right the first time. Just being able to say, all right, I didn't get it right this time. Failure is okay, but I'm going to keep trying. There we go, and twist the bottle.
Hebert hopes these experiments will skyrocket the students into a love of science.
It's a really fun, explosive activity that the kids can do. It's really hands-on, and it gives them something to take home.
For now, they're having a blast learning these lessons in flight.
That was brilliant!
For Connect a Million Minds, I'm Sharon Stone.